I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Wednesday. We haven't done this for a week. I did try on Friday, but the internet wasn't playing. It's playing today, so we're all good. So, Psychic Cafe, I'm going to be giving some one-question readings. If anyone books in, anyway, nobody's booked in yet since the last one. So, if you've got a question for your higher self, if you want a mini read and you've got a question, then you can book one in. There's a link in the live chat there in the comments. And you book in for one of those. Otherwise, I'm going to be pulling some cards out for the collective, twin flames, or in other words, those of us trying to get into a high level, aware relationship, better than last time, better than all of the ones before, better than all of the lessons that we've learned in relationships before. Hey, Mandy. So it's good to be back. Hospital went okay on Monday. It was pretty quick, in fact. I was back home like before this show would have ended because I went super early. But yeah. Okay, let's get some cards out. So book in at any point for one of those mini reads because I can do them along the way. But let's see what the guides want to say. Now, the energy update today was pretty interesting. It was talking about, well, there was a couple in it, a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands, and a Tower and Hierophant, which is pretty shocking kind of an energy. And so I presumed with the Tower card and the Hierophant that we were talking about a divorce, but it's not that in my case. In my case, it's a death. There's a guy in our community, my friend's dad, who died suddenly, not last night, the night before. And it's a big shock because I saw him that day. He was fine. There was nothing wrong with him, right? So it must have been a heart attack. But here 1 minute, dead the next minute. And yeah, it's really shook up the community because he's the last person you'd expect to go. I mean, he just looks so healthy. I'm thinking he's about 60. A lot of my friends are kind of half a generation younger than me, and so I'm kind of in between their age and their parents' age. So I would say it was about 60, but yeah, it must have been a heart attack, which is the most common killer of men, especially of women too. But we go like it's like 75 to 85 is is when women, the peak kind of thing for heart attacks. With men, it's 45 to 55, unfortunately. And then the next highest range is 55 to 65. Men, they really don't take care of themselves as well as women. Hey, Maria. I know, it's really sad. I didn't know him that well, because he was friends with a lot of my friends at the Muay Thai friends. And he would come along sometime, but he was not the kind of guy. He's very much homebody family guy, often taking care of his grandchildren, and I never saw him have a drink once. He would stop if there was a gathering and have a chat, but he wouldn't stay, and I never saw him have a drink. So, like I said, he's kind of the last person that I'd expect. And of course his daughter, she's devastated. So, and people can't believe it. Everyone's shocked. I told my friend yesterday at CrossFit, she came along with me, and she couldn't believe it. She's like, no. She's like, it must be someone else. And I'm like, it isn't, it's him. Anyway, so yeah, there might be some shocking stuff going around. I don't know whether that was just in the reading because that's what we're going through. I don't know. Whether it's going to be a universal thing. I have seen a lot of posts on Facebook yesterday of people dying. Another friend of mine here, a brother died yesterday. And who else was there? There was another one too. Anyway, let's get some cards out. Chicken cat update. She's not very well at all now. She's on the way out. She won't eat her special kidney food now. I'm leaving on Sunday because I was busy and I didn't get her out of the cage. They've set up the cage room and everything, like a run for her, so she's got more space and everything, and they just leave her in there by herself now. So she's kind of better off in there than she is in here, because even if she comes in here, I'll give her like a special blood food stuff and a medication, and she just goes and hides in the corner of the bathroom. She's really sick now. She's not got long to go. She's got days left, I would say. She doesn't wash herself, and she doesn't like me washing her face either. She gets like food all around her mouth, so it needs taken away. And she started to smell really bad too. So, a shame about poor chicken. I miss her coming up to the door and everything. I miss her being there in the mornings when I get up. So I'll go and see her in her room to give her a medication rather than bring her back here. There's no point in bringing her back here. She's not enjoying it anymore. She's not enjoying any of life anymore. I went to see the vet yesterday to go and get some more of her blood stuff, and I gave her an update. I gave the vet an update, and she knew. She's like, she's not got long left. Such a shame. Anyway, what have we got in the cards? We've got the Three of Pentacles, got a plan. This is what we had last time, isn't it? Three of Pentacles, someone's planning on something. Three of Pentacles is about like working with others too. It's like someone with a plan, someone that's working towards something or hoping for collaborations or something like that. And then we got the Strength card. So someone's summoning up their strength and all of that. Future plans is the Three of Pentacles. Oh. Getting clarity about that. King of Swords. I think we're talking about the Divine Masculine here. Change my nail colour again. I know, poor chicken cat. Oh well, at least we've been getting used to the idea, not like my friend whose dad just suddenly died. No warning, no sickness, nothing, just bam, gone. Crazy. Hey Pooja. I do, yeah. You can book him for one of those mini reads here, Pooja. Here's the link for it. Okay, so somebody's getting clarity here. It's Divine Masculine. 10 of Wands, but they got some burdens to put down first, some releasing to do in their life. We've got a full moon coming up, don't we? Always a good time to release things, a full moon. We do. We've got one next Thursday. A full moon. Could be something around that time. Could be movement forward around that time because of letting go of burdens. Put that away. Okay. What else? The Lovers. The Lovers. The divine match. The ones that are right for each other. Compatible. Same level of, what would you call that? Often I'm given these ideas and don't really have words to them, so I have to explain it. It's like same moral value, same spiritual evolution, same trajectory, learning the same things in life, that kind of thing. That's what I was getting from the match there. Queen of Swords. About boundaries, okay. Learning about boundaries, both having to learn about boundaries, perhaps a big theme of their lives, to walk their own path. That's so bizarre because I was thinking about that this morning. Because some of my old friends back in the UK, Scotland, where I used to live in that castle, like a queen, they got together this last week, and I was looking like at the photos of them all on Facebook and kind of missing that, and like, oh my God, that was such a long time ago, like a different lifetime for me. And I've realized like how far I've come since then, and not just like how far distance, but there is that too, but within myself, you know. And so what was I thinking this morning? Yeah, I was thinking on one of my friends there, way back, like before I moved to Australia, I was living in the UK and I was often going to Germany to this charity place that I was involved with. And anyway, a lot of them would go there too. And one guy, American guy that I knew, he, you know, I was probably talking about moving to Australia, and he kind of was having a better family experience than me, but he was saying like he was wishing that he could be like as free as a bird like me. But I pointed out, like, I'm only like that because of my dreadful family experience and because I'm by myself. Like, literally, there's nobody with me. There's nobody else. So, you don't, like, be careful what you wish for, mate. You know, which would you prefer? A better family experience that keeps you kind of rooted to the spot and so you feel like you don't have the same opportunities as someone like me? Or do you want the opportunities without that backup? It's difficult. Not nice. And I have formed my new families and all of that, you know. But sometimes be careful what you wish for. Anyway, this is what I'm getting here, is the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, having to, like, major life lessons for both of you is about having to learn boundaries, learn how to say no, but also walk your own path. Five of Pentacles. It's like having to move forward by yourself. Often independent, that kind of thing. Okay, so that's the love match that we've got. And in that love match, the Divine Masculine is planning on things, being strong, getting clarity, letting go of burdens that he's had. Let's get some more cards out, find out more. Get more of it out. Does anyone want a mini read? You got a question for your higher self? Or do you want me to spill the tea on someone else in your life? Can do that too. Insofar as it will help you. That is. I made a deal with my guides a long time ago that I'll use this gift to help people. I'm not interested in all the other stuff. So, you know, when I get the people coming up to me to try and, that want to test me to try and prove it, and so it's just like, no. I'm not using my gift for that. Go away. 9, or when it's for vengeful kind of stuff, I won't use it like that too, and I can feel it when it's like that. 9 of Air. Okay. The 9 of Air. Not a good card. You see the noose is there and then something's fallen on the floor and the birds are picking it over. It's not a nice kind of an energy. It feels like something has been lost and there's a lot of anxiety about it, and someone poring over the details, picking over the details of what's gone wrong, what went wrong, why that didn't work, that kind of thing. There's a lot of overthinking going on there. Picking over the spoils, just like can't stop thinking about what went wrong. Okay, that's probably part of the planning for the future then, hey? I think, maybe. Llewllyn, death and rebirth. Significant changes going on in somebody's life here. Death and rebirth. So a big letting go going on in someone's life, which kind of makes sense when we've got this. Someone could be setting themselves free. Ooh, I'm not looking at the book today. Elemental of fire. Passion is ignited in someone. Not so much passion for relationships, I wouldn't say. I think this is more like inspiration of like wanting to do something in the world, wanting to fulfill life purpose, that kind of thing. Someone's getting sparked up, fired up, like I want to do something, go somewhere, be someone, that kind of thing. The elementals being the energy that the universe is kind of injecting into somebody, or all of us. Oh. Uranus. The Crazy Genius of the Skies. My God, I've read that book so many times. This is the card of surprises that aren't really a surprise, isn't it? I need to check on this. Exciting times. We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. Now, even though I didn't do this show on Friday, I did do on Monday, I did do a pick a card read. And this energy came up a lot, that high priestess energy kind of thing of getting in the flow. Getting in the flow and starting seeing life as magical and stop wanting it all on our own terms. You know, like, oh, well, I want my partner now, and I want this now, and I want the success and the money now, and all of this. It's like, no, you follow the path as you usually do, and then start seeing it as that magical path and having patience with it like that, right? So we should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. And in this case, do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars. We don't know what's coming, but we're being led forward, or someone's being led forward. Mercury is about communication, but is also about thoughts, the way that we're thinking about things. We've got to see things from a different perspective, reframing, you know. So what I mean is, like, you could have had a plan, like, oh, I'm trying to manifest a partner, right? I'm trying to manifest a partner. That's my plan. It should have happened by now. I'm manifesting really hard, and I'm doing my things. Why hasn't it happened yet? And this is the different perspective is, look, that is important that we direct our lives and all of that kind of thing, but there's the magic too, and there's the life path, and it's more about us learning about ourselves and us growing. And if we just see it like that, as this magical path, and our higher self has got us, and the universe is leading us to the things and the people that we really want, and the lessons along the way, if we just like surrender to that, then we have a much better time of it, rather than being rigid and going, no, okay, I'll follow that path, but I want this to be on that path right now. And then when I turn around that next corner, I want that to be there. You know, when we're rigid like that and we're trying to be too like manifesty. Don't be too manifesty. Change your mind about it. Be more in the flow. Let go. Hey Donna, hey old soul goddess. Yeah, the mini reads, they're available here. Booking for those along the way, and I will do them. We've got the Three of Fire. Ooh, well, you can do it like that if you want. Three of Fire is Venus. Venus is divine feminine. She is very alluring, attracting it in right now. You see, when you get in that flowy kind of an energy and you're expecting the unexpected, you're like, okay, I'll let go of what I am trying to manifest, and I'll let the universe give me what is actually next for me. Then we become this really attractive force like Venus. Also, Goddess. Will we have this child and get married? Hey, Robin. Oh, let's find out. Sagittarius. So Goddess. Yes. Oh, wow. Yes. Now, you asked a lot of questions there. It could be that they have feelings for you. Let's get some cards out. Get some more on this. Whoops, wrong. Also, Goddess. Travel, you're on track. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. It's a big yes to you. With this relationship, move forward on it. You're on track. Do you have to travel to them or them to you? But it's looking good. Go for it. There you go. Very clear, that one. Big confirmation. So once you get in that flow, Venus is very attractive. And when we are trying to manifest it too hard and rigid and like, I want this thing around the next corner, and when we're rigid like that, we hold ourselves out of the flow. We actually stall things. Okay, so next we've got Litha. is the sun, it's happiness, it's time for fertility, it's couple getting together, it's, yeah, fruitful time. Especially, you know, it's happiness, it's the inner child being happy as well. Now, there's something about that, the inner child being happy. Especially with this love match being the ones that have had to learn boundaries, and it's been kind of a lifelong lesson. And Five of Pentacles, do their own thing, be independent and do their own thing and walk their own path, and perhaps, you know, black sheep, perhaps having to go into uncomfortable circumstances over and over again in life. And that path being the path of healing our inner child and making our own inner child happy, so that then we're ready to get into a relationship where our inner children can be happy with each other. I told you the story, did I? I don't think I did. At the weekend, I was sat by the pool reading a book. I still haven't finished that book yet. It's so interesting. It's about these three cousins with a load of family crap and all getting together because of their grand died, and in the will said that they could all have the house together, but they had to do this thing together. So she kind of, in her death, put them all back together to instigate some kind of a healing between them all. More family, it wasn't between them all, like they didn't have a problem with each other. They all had problems with the crap that had gone on in the family. Such an interesting book. Anyway, I was out by the pool and I was reading that, and this English couple came along, young, probably about 25, and they're only about there half an hour at the pool. But the girl got in the pool and he was going to take a photo of her, like at the edge of the pool. You've seen my pool, right? In my photos, it's like an infinity pool. She was going to the edge for him to take a photo. They were picking fights with each other like all the time. It was a simple thing, but neither of them could talk to each other without a jab, without making it into an argument. Like, make sure you get that in the photo. Well, can't get that in the photo. You need to move. I ain't moving. It was just like neither of them could like comply with each other. Everything was an argument, and it just reminded me of my family. And it was just like so much so. Like then it was her turn to take his photo, and she's like, "Are you ready?" "Yeah, I'm ready," he said. She's like, "Well, you know, she's just like picked on everything that he said, and it wasn't just her. He was just as bad. And it was just like, oh my God, you two, what the hell are you doing with each other? Why would you want to relate to someone like that?" But I get it. That's how my family were. And I remember that I was like that too. I remember when I first got a boyfriend, I didn't even get a boyfriend because of the way I was acting. But a guy was interested in me at school. And that's the only way I knew how to relate to people. It was crazy. Gotta go over that. And yeah, but it was a big window back into my old days in England and the people that I had around me then. It's a battlefield all the time. It's horrible. It's like war, constant war. Anyway, have healed my inner child since then, and I was just like, wouldn't be around people like that anymore, but it was an interesting window back into my past for sure. Inner children happy. We do that by ourselves first, and then we get together with someone else. And then we've got Four of Earth. What's the Four of Earth? I can't remember. In this deck. It's different than usual decks, this tarot deck. Stones and crystals. Power, resources, and energy that have been collected and stored. Put in a safe place until needed. This is a time to store, to save, to conserve. Oh, it is kind of like the traditional tarot then. Holding, okay. So it's like on hold at the moment. Hello, AMGM2. On hold at the moment. Holding energy back, perhaps while still healing inner children. Oh. This one's all serious. Saturn, isn't it? Saturn's serious. Saturn is like major disruptor. A major disruptor in our lives. The phases, you know, like the 7-year phases that we go through. Oh no, it's Pluto. It's Pluto. The 9 of Fire heralds the inevitable. Unlike the 7 of Fire, the events of the 9 are not often a surprise. We've had the 7 of Fire already. More often we see them coming. We know we should prepare, but we resist. It's like we know what's coming. We know what lessons are coming or something like that, but we don't want them. We want the sweet stuff instead. So we try and manifest that, and we get ourselves stuck. Because like, that's my path, but I don't want to walk that path. I know that there's a lesson down that path because I know deep down that I still haven't healed something. And I don't want to go there. I want it all to be over now. What a nice time, thank you. So I'm not going to walk down that path. I'm going to wait until the path has something nice on it. That's this energy. Resisting. The changes Pluto promises are usually difficult and ones we'd rather forgo. But it's not possible. There are riches at the end of the journey, but we've got to go there. There's something next on the path that we will not like, but it's not a bad thing. We're not going to like it, but it's not a bad thing. We'll resist it, but we shouldn't, because we're keeping ourselves stagnant. It's not a good time to be in denial, to repress ourselves. Like the repressed shadow self, these repressed feelings can lead to explosive and unstable actions, which will not only delay the inevitable, but often make it more difficult. There you go. That's what I was just getting. Strong and dangerous denial of what's next. Repressing the shadow self and these repressed feelings lead to worse, don't they? Explosive, unstable actions which not only delay the inevitable, but make it more difficult. We need to get on path now and surrender to the path and allow the universe to take us where it's taking us. It knows what we want. It does. It knows that we're not quite ready for it yet. Getting more and more ready as we go. Let's get some miserable ladies out. If anyone's got one question reading that you want, then you can book in for one of those right now on there and we'll do it. Meanwhile, I'll get the miserable ladies out. This is the So Below deck from the Book of Shadows Tarot. I call it the miserable ladies because it's got a load of miserable ladies in it. Sometimes angry. So angry that they're glowing like the ready breck woman. Remember that? The ready breck kid would eat some porridge and glow. Go out and walk to school on a cold day in the snow and he would glow because he had his porridge in his belly. Belly full of carbs instead of protein. Not a good idea. Breakfast cereals, downfall of the human race. And I'm not kidding. That was the slippery slopes of junk food. Oop. Okay, now we're talking about divine feminine. Cool. So, 3 of Wands. This is about waiting for divine timing. So she's happy by herself there, see? She's had a bath. She's put some like conditioning stuff on her hair, wrapped it in a towel. She's there all comfy, in a robe. There's something coming. See the postman outside is bringing something to her. She's just really content and she's waiting for divine timing. This woman is in the flow. She is. Let me read it. Just to get more of that energy. We need more of this energy in our lives at the moment. This woman has done all the necessary work and her desire has been released to the universe. Now she waits, content with the flow of the divine energy and with perfect trust that her goal will manifest. Attracting a result. Then we've got the Knave of Swords. That's the Page of Swords. Someone's got their eye on you. Someone's got their eye on the divine feminine. Might even be putting a wish out there for the divine feminine. And then we've got the 8 of Chalices. The 8 of Chalices is the card of letting go of emotional attachments. So it's not necessarily letting go and walking away from things. It can be that, but it doesn't have to be that. Emotional attachments are what we get really attached to. Like I said before, like the I want this round the next corner, that kind of an energy. It could be that. Let's read it out the book. 8 of Chalices, because it's probably different in this. 8 of Cups it is. There she is. No matter how carefully we choose our path and select a project to pursue or a manifestation to manifest, sometimes we make mistakes. When we realize we made a bad decision or a good decision that no longer serves our highest good, then we, like this woman, should let it go and begin anew. It's leaving something behind to start something else. It's no longer clinging to something that's no longer useful. It's sometimes letting go of what we were trying to manifest before and setting out on a new manifestation. Or just letting go of the manifestation and go, okay, universe, then if I'm not in the flow right now, it's not happening right now, show me what is happening right now. What else? The Sun, there it is again. Inner child being happy. There's definitely something about family healing going on at the moment. For me to pick up a book and it be about that, and then for this stuff that's going on around me as well, there's a lot of family stuff coming up for me at the moment, and I think for other people too. The Sun. The sun warms the earth, encouraging life and growth. Fruit and flowers, adding sweetness to life. It punctuates the cycles of life. In its light, we celebrate all the things that we hold most dear. Connections, generations, cycles that bring joy. People, family, cycles, bringing more joy, learning. And the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the stable one. Husband material. They've got stability in their life. You know where there could be an earth sign, but it's like more, it's just having that energy of the earth sign, you know, of being grounded and stable, and you know where you're at with them, and you can trust them, and they're loyal, and all of that kind of stuff. I've got the King of Pentacles here. You could be looking at that in your families, in fact, connections, things that made you happy. Something that I'm realizing more and more is, as much as my dad, all the violence and the alcoholism and stuff like that, there were some very good things about him. And things that I actually look for in a partner, and it's kind of coming back to me. What was I? Oh, I was listening to like a sleep story last night on the car mat about homestead, and that was reminding me like how I used to like grow veggies and, you know, build things, and I'd often get involved with that, and it's like, yeah, I do really like that in man when they, you know, building things and tending to the garden and stuff like that, providing. It's really nice energy. So there might be things about family. It's like not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, healing ourselves so that we can see the positives in family, healing family stuff so that we can see the positives in family, rather than not healing and then just be like, no, they're a terrible person, never seeing the positives about them. Because everyone's a mixture, positive and negative, even us. Cool, thanks Donna, thanks for your subscription. See you next time. Do this 3 times a week, you know. Be here in 2 days' time doing the same thing. 7 of Pentacles is about investing. Interesting. Investing, it could be about someone else. They show the stability, and they show whether they're actually going to invest in something by already being that in their life, already investing in things, investing in themselves. Perhaps career or business, and staying the course and all of that kind of stuff. You get to see where someone's at. by how they're handling the rest of their life, because how we do things is how we do things. It's like we don't like do relationships one particular way and our job another way. We're not like different personalities in different parts of our life. We don't like do money in a certain kind of way and then do relationships in another kind of completely different kind of a way. And you know, we don't. We tend to, if we've got an issue, it tends to touch each part of our lives and it will show up. So, show up in various parts of our life. There's something I just saw. Let me see if I can find it. It was very interesting. Just before I came on here, there was something that popped up on Facebook. Here you go. Listen to this. A victim mentality is an ingenious cloak of self-betrayal. The character never develops. The story never ends. An infinite loop of personal hell. Now, I don't know why I needed to bring that up, but apparently I just did. So, we can stay in a personal hell by being a victim, or, you know, just having that mentality, and in which case it will touch every aspect of our lives. Or other parts of your life could be going well, and then you have a victim mentality about your love life, say, and then it starts, that energy infiltrates your money and your career, and things start turning sour. So when we've got an issue, it affects every part of our life, because source energy is source energy. If we are bucking the current, if we're pushing love away, we're pushing abundance away too. We're pushing it all away. And if we're welcoming it in, we're welcoming it all in. So there's something here about how we are investing our time, our efforts, and all of that, our attention, and about our stability too. And it's also about who we're attracting in as well. They showing that investment. Don't forget to click like on this video, guys, and subscribe if you're new as well. We've got Four of Swords. Four of Swords, the card of healing. She's eating a prawn. It's the card of healing. It's the card of like instigating a healing right at the start as well. Something could be coming up to show you you've still got some healing to do. I mean, all of this reading is saying that. There's still some healing to do. Just as we think we've got to the end of it. It's never ending. New level, new devil. There's never an end of the healing, because we can always take our consciousness higher. We can always have a better way of seeing things, a more abundant way of seeing things, a more loving way of seeing things, a more self-loving way of seeing things, which is often the case for people like us. We think a loving way of seeing things, well, I'm loving to everyone else, but not myself, you know? Four of Swords, let's see what it says in this book. Card of instigating a healing. There's always work to do. Inner work. Things will always need attention. Problems forever seek solutions. We always need to be conscious of ourselves. We always need to be looking within, dealing with what comes up. Feelings are always going to come up. Stuff's always going to happen. Shit's always going to happen. Luckily, this woman has learned that sometimes the best ideas come when she takes a break. Relaxing her mind allows her to connect with the divine and enjoy a moment of calm and prepare for inspiration. So don't ignore the need for rest or retreat right about now. Funk Soul Sisters. The Knight of Chalices, romance. It's like, ooh, heart eyes. What about this one? It's when you notice someone and you're kind of fantasizing. What's this one come out? Four of Chalices. Oh, and then they went away. Like, oh, I'm not getting that special one coming in. There's a preoccupation with romance, with like, oh, what about this one? No, it's not that. There's a preoccupation going on here. And that preoccupation is an indicator that something needs healing. Just as if you say we're obsessed with money, that might be an indicator. So, what did I say? Preoccupied with money, that could be an indicator that there's something behind that needs healing, you know, like about your value, your worth, or whether you're actually being taken care of in the universe, whether it like cares about you, and whether abundance is even available to you. Now, there's something to be looked at here, and it's something to do with this preoccupation. So what would that be? Preoccupation with love, with romance. It's about being loved, isn't it? It's about a belief about whether we're loved or not. It's to look there. Look there. Because that's the healing that needs instigating. And it's usually about self-love. It's usually about how we're trying to love everyone else and not ourselves. And when we turn it on ourselves, why do we think we're not worthy of that? Why can't we put ourselves first? Why can't we love ourselves before other people? What stops us from doing that? Wounded inner child, usually. Okay, let's get some more cards out, these ones. Find out where the Divine Masculine's at the moment. We had a power cut yesterday. The squirrel sacrificed itself on the main transformer of the power place on this island. It fried itself. It's a big thing, a big squirrel as well. I've seen the pictures. We had power cuts yesterday. So Divine Masculine, where's Divine Masculine at the moment? In the energies, I mean. The Sustainer. Sustainer. It's keeping on going, just like holding things up. Perhaps juggling things as well. Yeah. Trying to keep things going, perhaps. Trying to keep things going, perhaps, that aren't flowing. Because we do have an element of resistance in this reading, so pretty much we're all being called out, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, for not being in the flow right now and wanting our own way and being stubborn. So Divine Masculine is trying to keep something going that perhaps is not going anymore. Temple. Could be praying a lot at the moment, going within and doing the inner work. Yeah, retreating their energy. Spiritual work. Inner work. The medallion. Want a medal for it, do you? Divine Masculine. There's a feeling with the medallion of wanting to be the best at something. The gem. Nice. Nice. It's like, see through all the weeds there, all of this crap, there's the gem in the middle. It feels like inner work, this, to me, of the Divine Masculine, like realizing they're special, they're good already. They don't need to prove it. They don't need to be the best at something to prove that. There is something real special within them, but they don't need to show off or be the best at something to prove that. It's worthiness. There's worthiness going on here, like a worthiness, learning to be worthy. Be something to do with this. Probably more about the money example that I said, preoccupation with money. It could be that, money or fame or being noticed, that kind of thing, the medallion energy. The kiss. And a little bit preoccupied with romance there as well. Divine Masculine too, huh? What about the Divine Feminine? That kiss card usually comes out for the Divine Feminine. The Bridge. building a bridge. This is about communication this time. Wanting to make amends, build bridges, thinking about getting back in touch with people, wanting communication, wanting to flow back and forth, perhaps wanting to repair things, perhaps building a bridge to the future, thinking about what can I do now so that, you know, things might come right for me in the future. Who should I get in touch with, that kind of thing. So the Divine Feminine, thinking about building bridges. The Poet with words. I told you, it's about communication. I was getting it really strong. So that could be romantic communication. It could be using words to attract, to flirt kind of thing. It could be flirtatious words. But building bridges, wanting a conversation to kind of start perhaps, or pulling someone back in. It can be that kind of an energy. Pulling someone back in with words. What else? Okay, maybe I'm back. I'm psychic, you know. I talk about a power cut and then we have one. So if you're stuck around, then I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Power cut, small island. So, okay, let's get back to what I was saying. Divine Feminine energy, you're saying about the bridge, wanting to build bridges, especially with communication. Could be romantic communication, trying to reel someone back in, attract someone back in. The Starborn, because she's ready to start something, or so she thinks. The Bardo, actually in between worlds at the moment. The universe is wanting to take Divine Feminine somewhere. She's not there yet, but she feels like she's ready, so she might be trying to entice somebody in. Yay, I'm back. The womb. The womb, well, you know, it's the mother energy. It's the mother energy and the underworld. Okay. The underworld isn't good energy, so we could be dealing with mother issues, motherhood issues, that kind of thing. Divine Feminine. Definitely family stuff coming up to be healed right now, for sure. But you're not necessarily ready for what you think you're ready for, because Bardo is the in-between world card. And that was it. We had to wait for 10 minutes of no electricity. The water wasn't, I had an apple. The water wasn't working though, because the pumps aren't working when the electricity goes off. So I'm like, I was trying to do all of the things that I could do while the electricity was off. I had an apple, I had a snack. That's what I've got, so that's it. Just came back for just the last few cards there. I hope that was important for you. So thanks everyone for coming along, especially those that stuck around while the power was out. And let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. I'm going to be making a pick a card read today that will go out on my channel later on tonight. And that one, I've set it up already. It's going to be, I haven't recorded it yet, but I've set it up. It's going to be, are they coming back? So for those of you that have got an ex still in the picture, or someone that's gone away, perhaps someone that you're expecting to return, that pick a card is going to be about that. So check that out later on. Don't forget to click like on this video, leave a comment on the, I know, like that, not in the live chat, but the other chat, you know, after the video is done. That helps my channel out. So thank you for doing that. And don't forget about my giveaway. You can win a private reading with me by being a subscriber to this channel, clicking like on my videos and leaving comments on them. That'll get your entries in. And also by checking out my pick a card reads and purchasing those deeper dive reads will get you other entries. I mean, there's two separate drawers there, one for the deeper dive purchases and one for the subscribers to my channel that comment. So do all of that stuff and good luck with winning that. That will be drawn right at the end of the month, so happy days. Have a good one everybody, and I'll see you in 2 days time.